Hey everyone, this is Heroes Online 2011. Welcome back to more Let's Play Crash Twinsanity. In the last episode, we defeated the evil twins and saw the very anticlimactic ending of the game. In this episode, well, this bonus episode, since the Let's Play is pretty much done, I'm going to be showing off almost all the bonuses of this game, and I should kind of explain myself here. First of all, the thing that we're going to right now is the shortcut back to the beginning of Twinsanity Island. After you beat the game, you're sent back to the Cortex lab, but essentially, the entire world is now open to you because now you can use basically any warp in the game to go to any level of the game. The thing is, the game thinks you're starting that event over, so you're going to have to rewatch the cutscenes and everything. But you can essentially now do the game out of order, so think of this as kind of a New Game Plus for a platformer. In any case, yeah, the entrances and exits to, the shortcuts back to the beginnings of the levels are actually pretty elaborate, and I really like them too. But you see how these pillars weren't here before. That was to prevent us from actually going further off the beaten path so that we don't cheat and everything. But, you know, that doesn't stop speedrunners and everything. I should kind of explain myself when I say almost every bonus of the game. Keyword almost. There is so much in Twinsanity that I could cover, that I could be here for a good 5 videos covering all the stuff that we were supposed to get and we didn't, all the stuff that's in the game that either doesn't work or wasn't implemented correctly. And by the way, I decided to show this off here because we have a bunch of extra lives and everything. I could have done that at the beginning of the game to avoid a game over, but, you know, stupid me, I forgot about it. In any case, at the end of this video, or at least at the end of where I stop talking in this video, because I'm going to cut myself off at one point, because this is all post-commentary. Sorry to kind of spoil the illusion. I'm going to be showing off all the stuff you unlocked for getting every gem of the game, which is essentially stuff like concept art, movies, and everything, which is really nice. And there's also a movie you unlock for getting 100%, which is different for the US version, but the European version didn't bother showing off because all it is basically just the crash dance, which honestly kind of sucks. So in any case, I'll explain myself once we get over to Cortex's ice lair, because I'm just going to be going back through the shortcut again over to the boat so we can warp ourselves to Cortex's ice lair. And yeah, the level needed to load there again. So in any case, with all that being said, we're going to warp back to Cortex's ice lair using the boat as soon as I use this transition. So I'll see you guys back over there.
Do what you want, 'cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. Your heart fitted indeed. Being a pirate is a right indeed. Do what you want, 'cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. You are a...
Okay, so now that we cut over, and I actually died a few times, as you can see from my life count, going through the freaking, you know, snowboarding level again. Didn't bother showing it off, though. Now we see the shortcut that leads back to the iceberg lair regular by going through this little ice cave here, which this ice cave is really cool. And something I like about this shortcut in general is that there's a pathway in case, you know, you're speedrunning the game and you try to go through this pathway the opposite way to try to skip through the ice climb and the snowboarding level. Then basically the way that the level is laid out is that there are box formations and puzzles that go both ways. Like the puzzles we're doing right now, it's, you know, going back to the ice lair. But if you could see on the other side, there are puzzles specifically made so that you can go through the other side and you can essentially make it... Oh yeah, I forgot I died there, and I somehow fell on a bottomless pit. Also, the level didn't load. Okay. Yeah, the level there didn't load, as you can tell from the texture. Oh, okay, yeah, that bad texture there. But yeah, you can see that there are puzzles on both sides, just in case that you decide to speedrun the game and you try to get through it here, so they don't screw you out of not being able to get to the other side. And that's really actually kind of nice that they had speedrunners in mind when they did this level, whether intentional or unintentional, I'm not sure. But in any case, I know this kind of seems a bit redundant that we're having a bonus episode like this, when essentially we kind of covered everything we did in the game. All I have to do is show off what you got for getting 100% and everything. And just, I said I'd talk about what was cut out from the game, and I'm going to go into a little bit of detail, because there isn't that much to discuss, really. It's just mostly stuff that, well, stuff that could be covered in, like, 4 or 5 separate videos, because there's so much to cover. if there's one thing I can bring up, I'm going to bring up two videos, well, at least two annotations to the left and the right of me, leading you to two separate channels. The first one is, if I can remember the guy's name correctly, is Badman Reviews, where he did this in-depth review on not just the cut content and stuff from the first Crash, well, the Crash trilogy, you know, Crash 1, Crash 2, and Crash 3, but he also did a full analysis on all the stuff that was cut out from Crash Twinsanity. Because basically, like, while his video was supposed to be a Crash series, Twinsanity took up a good chunk because, like I said, there was so much missing. Some stuff that I could cover is such a thing as, by the way, if we go in here, we can warp right back to the 10th dimension and watch the cutscene again. But such stuff includes one of the dimensions that Cortex mentioned that was cut from the game that we should have visited, which was an underwater dimension, which is really cool. Stuff like Evil Coco supposedly show up. Stuff like Good Cortex and Evil Crash being playable for a level. The fact that the Evil Twins were not actually the final boss. There was this thing called the Ant King that was supposed to be the final boss. And you can still see him in the concept art that I'm going to show at the end of the video. And there's just so much listed that I think he did a way better job than I could have ever done explaining all that. So the link to his videos will be on the top left side of me. And the other link I'm going to be leaving is this guy called Beta M, where not only is he a speedrunner, and I'm not sure if he holds the world record for Crash Twinsanity 100% and any percent. By the way, this warp takes you right back to the final level of the game, should you ever want it, and vice versa. I was just nervous doing that because my game happens to crash when it when I go through that warp, so I wasn't exactly sure what was going to happen. But in any case, not only is this guy a speedrunner of Crash Twinsanity, but he also does a bunch of stuff like Breaking Twinsanity, where he exploits glitches and everything, so you can show off a lot of the unused assets and stuff like Cortex being available in any level of the game, unused stuff in the game, mods of the game, and even some of the cutscenes that were deleted from the game that are redrawn so that they look like official cutscenes and everything in animated format. And it's stuff that's really, really nice, and I really appreciate all the stuff that he did in his videos. And I can't give the two guys enough credit. The link for his videos will be in the top right of me, opposite of Badman Reviews. But aside from that, this is just a bunch of stuff that you unlock for getting 100%. You have the boss gallery, you have character artwork gallery, you have concept gallery, you have unused concept gallery. You have unused cutscenes, you have beta cutscenes, and then you have the 100% cutscenes, and even a Spyro trailer for a Hero's Tale that was coming out at the time. But, yeah, there's not much to it. The rest of this video is basically just a montage with Soul Calibur music showing off all the stuff that was unlocked by getting every gen in the game. So, I guess my final thoughts on Crash Twinsanity. I really do love this game, despite how much frustration that I had playing it. It really is a good version of Sonic 06 when you think about it, because of all the stuff that was not used in the game, and it still ended up being really fun and really, well, I guess well made, despite all the glitches and the fact it ended anticlimactically. I do agree, though, with Badman Reviews, how I really wish that in the future, or something, like a modder or something, gave us the version that we were supposed to get with all the unused stuff in. Like, you know, the underwater dimension and the Ant King and all that, and the unused cutscenes, because they're even voiced by Lex Lang and the other actors. And I'm hoping that, I don't know, maybe we'll get the same level of quality as Twinsanity when we get the remakes of the original trilogy, whenever they decide to spawn. So, in any case, yeah, that's all my thoughts on Crash Twinsanity. I hope you guys enjoyed this series, and I'll see you next time for... I think it's about time we finally return to Sonic. So, I'll see you next time for Sonic Adventure 2. See you guys then.
Okay, now, the two of you have been asked to begin these therapy sessions so that we can work through the conflict apparent in your relationship. This week we're going to do a trust exercise. Cortex, let's start with you. I would like you to fold your arms over your chest, close your eyes, and fall backwards. Okay, Crash, your job is easy. Just catch Cortex as he falls. We want Dr. Cortex here to know that he is in a safe place.
I don't think this is going to work. He's an idiot. I don't even like him, let alone trust him. It's just that I have a fear of falling. Okay, fine. Let's do the silly exercise. I'm in a safe place. I'm in a safe place. I'm in a safe place. Oh, how I hate bandicoots.